Eastern sort of woo-woo framework so that it's palatable to regular people. So it's like it's not like you got to be a Chad. It's like you have to ride out the wave, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And what he talks about, the most striking thing in this book that I read was he's talking about the nature of men, women, and just existence. And what a man is essentially, like spiritually, holistically, a man is a ship that is out to sea. The sea is the chaos, the sea is the world.
Yo, when you click like, it helps
This
me
is
help
why
my daughter.
this is why women shit test you, is because women are like the ocean. Their job is to give you these shit tests to make sure that you are aloof, that you are sealed off enough that these shit tests, so that the dangerous, scary, chaotic, uncertain world around you won't faze you. That's why women shit test, essentially, to check and make sure that your ship, that your manhood is steadfast, that you keep charging on. So my whole thing is just to, no matter how bad the bad news is, or no matter how good the good news is, that's the other thing, is getting up high is also very dangerous. So I really try not to in these moments where we're like wrapping Fish Tank Season 1 or whatever, or wrapping the shoot for World Peace 2. I try to enjoy it for, an hour and a half or whatever. But it's kind of akin to resting on your laurels. It's like a cousin to that. But if you get too high up, you're gonna get, in my experience, you're gonna get knocked down pretty bad. There was this guy talking about how the U.S. Marines hiring, and they have a chart with like ability, and then like
obedience, probably
some of the fidelity, like loyal, group loyalty, or like their ability to meld with the group or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like a guy who's got high loyalty or high meshes with the group and gets along socially and has a good character, even if he's not so good performance-wise, like he can't do the obstacle course the fastest or whatever. He's not the best marksman. Mm-hmm. They would take him over the top performing
antisocial marksman.
Antisocial guy, yeah, basically, yeah.
The goth sniper.
Yes.
Get away from me, Sam.
Or like the high performance guys who have faulty personalities. It's like they're overly alpha. It is actual toxic masculinity where it's like, you staring at me? Fuck you mean?
Oh, great. We got Magnums over here, loose cannon.
Yeah, like the kind of thing that you fucking, if that happens on a battlefield, would you get killed because of it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
the Ukrainian, the snipers look through their reticle at you, pointing a gun at another guy in like a fit of rage. Yeah. They're like, look, this guy's fucking pissed.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he touched his bullets or something. He's fucking heated.
And that's one thing. Like I don't expect the people that work with me to like think that it's a military situation, but there is a sense where like if you're the type of person that would yell at somebody in a car, like, that just doesn't. That's insane. Like that doesn't work. You can't exist in my world. Like you have to go. Like if you're driving and like, so imagine driving and someone like yelling at you, and you're going 80 miles an hour and you're like 3 feet behind like an SUV or something, like. The type of people aren't aware of these situations where like not death, but like you can do negative 2 years of damage to your life like quickly in a situation because you were being loud in a Spanish neighborhood or something, and like someone punched your teeth out, like something like there's just little situations. It's not all like street defense shit, but it's like there are times where like if I don't call back somebody about merchandise, or if I don't make it to the FedEx store on time, or if someone's like, if you're yelling at me, if a car accident were to happen right now when this is uninsured or this is it's just there are things where like you do actually need to have your head screwed on like pretty solidly straight. There's a time and a place to go crazy.
Yeah.
Like go to your house.
There's a mission at hand for the most part. You should be on a rail. It's for you to be like, no, I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna let something else derail this. Or
Yeah, if you're gonna go wild and like
Full health.
get really drunk or like pissed off or something, you got to compartmentalize that into somewhere where you know it's like safe to do.
That's the way it is. But that's not real strength, by the way. Real strength is, can you protect people who need protection? That's what real strength is. Real strength isn't bully shit. It's not how badass you can whatever. It's not abs. It's, can you hold the world together? The seams of which are constantly fraying and coming apart. Can you hold it together? In the same way, by the way, that I think God is holding the world together. I think I don't know if this is backed by theology, but that's my hunch, is that God is using an unimaginable amount of energy and attention to constantly hold together the seams of reality. Does that sound insane?
No, he does will everything that he,
Okay.
It's, yeah.
Confirmed. I just intuited it. I didn't read that anywhere. That is your job as a strong man, is in some way enact a microcosm of what God does and hold together a bubble of stability for the things and the people that require stability.
That's what it feels like. Little girl set this up and you kicked off, and now the whole house hates me. Of something I didn't do. Of something blindsided me and blasted my face in.
Well, you do have to take responsibility for the stuff that happens around you.
I didn't do anything. Y'all promised her that you would beat her up, and that she came in, I was so goddamn shocked. The production fucking got in the middle, like, that was not a promise she would make.
So like if someone got killed on this show, and it wasn't my fault.
It wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you think about that?
It'd be nuts.
Yeah. But it would absolutely be my fault. It would ruin my life. It would ruin my entire career.
Someone AI did say that she had someone get killed in the other bedroom.
It would ruin me and Jet's entire lives if someone got killed on the show. Because we're
freaking me out. No.
Well, if you shut up, I can get to the point.
Okay.
When you are a man, you're in charge of everything around you. Does that make sense? To the extent that you have power and manhood and vitality and all these things,
I don't let my wife take whatever she wants from me. I get a small spending account in my account for business.
I mean, she almost hurt Binks.
Yeah,
she did hurt Binks, and that's my.
You all said she beat her up, and I told you that she pulled a gun on me one time a long time ago.
Binks got hurt. She got a part of her scalp taken out, and so that's my responsibility. That's Jet's responsibility. That's our fuck up for letting your wife get close enough to do that.
And I told y'all not to bring her here. I told y'all not to leave that shit alone. I did.
And it's also your responsibility for letting a big ogre, Latina, Colombian, mafioso ogre sink his fangs into your life.
Okay, you just called her hot another time, and
that was a lie.
Okay, well you also told her like the other shit in the room that I didn't do certain things, like fucking about the yelling, like all that shit that I didn't do that. And tried to show her pictures of fucking like that shit, like what?
I'm not sure what you're saying, but I was probably doing it just to fuck with her and you. But
it just happened now.
Here's the situation. I think that these people that you've tied your life to, I think they think you're stupid.
What do you mean, these people?
You're whatever the fuck that thing is, your wife, your daughter, whatever this.
They are.
Okay, whatever you want to call it. I think they think you're stupid from the way that they talk about you, I mean, to your face and in public, but also to us downstairs. I think they think you're stupid, easy to manipulate, and I think they're just waiting to see if you actually get money from your dad. They just want money. Yeah, I just think that the read that sort of everybody that's not, I mean, it's hard to tell when you're involved in the situation.
This is real right now again, Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know,
right.
And I think I'm personally tremendously impressed that you overcame opiates, and that's not something that.
Look, baby.
Stop talking.
Look.
I know. I get it.
6 years.
I get it.
See that old ass motherfucker?
No, I believe you. You don't have to show me. I think the read that everybody else is getting is that your wife is a monster. My protege is not going to be someone who is huffing BBW Latina farts while being screamed at.
She don't fart, bro.
So you gotta fix that, my brother.
Bro, I'll tell you this. No one's ever heard her fart. She may be thick, but she's a lady. But she don't fart. Well, I've never heard it.
I just took the time to just kill as many human beings as I could.
You'll never hear a word uttered by these guys about
Brazilian.
You ever think about that?
Yeah, yes, Antarctica. And it must not be violated. Why don't they get together like that anywhere else? Everywhere else, it's wars, blowing each other up.
It's one school's worth of rocket. There's no other way to take out the guy who eats one piece of dirt per day.
Yeah, we shot people, man, with that 50. It was fucking great.
2,500 meters?
Yeah.
What did you ever do that mattered?
Let's see it.
It's top secret! If you're manufacturing conspiracies, you're an enemy.
You might as well work for the government, even if you don't know it.
Yeah.
You might as well.
I train my pistol every day, and now I'm in my workspace.
Sam, are you a doomsday prepper? You seem like the type. Something tells me you have 100 kilograms of dried foods, backup generators, and pallets of ammunition in your basement.
I got 100 kilograms of something. Can't tell you exactly what. I don't know how useful. If you spent your entire life comprehensively prepping and then it doesn't pay off, that's one option. If you half-ass it and do like the casual weekend prep job and it doesn't pay off,
Black rifle coffee.
like you go black rifle mode, and then you go into you move to West Virginia or somewhere, and there's a suspicious train car accident in your neck of the woods that pollutes the river that you were planning on.
Erases all your progress.
It totally erases all your progress. What can you do except for be mobile and have a be ready to be mobile or go about your day and do things and have some guns.
That's why you got to be a van life prepper.
You just gotta have guns, because then you can just go take some other prepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Rust.
Yeah. And first it'd be like, okay, get on your knees, put your hands behind your back. You're a prisoner now.
You're my prisoner.
It would just be a Rust griefing session. The whole thing is to maximize panic so that people are easily kind of pushed into whatever kind of bins they want to put them into, and but at the same time not actually destroying stuff so much that capitalism grinds to a dead halt. Yeah. And it's whatever the reset that they're planning is, a true reset of like global business shutting down is not part of the game plan. Partially sure, but in total no. So any scenario that involves a total shutdown of like global businesses and Amazon stop not making deliveries anymore, that's not realistically going to happen. David Goggins explains why you must not have empathy. Yeah, I bet that's a really good talk.
About that no
I got
excuses
tons
life.
of chats. Hold on a
There's
second.
Small difference, but I'm curious how you see empathy. That's why she's in my life. I got none of that. Straight up, I want to be great, and I have a thing called the foxhole mentality. A lot of us got motherfuckers high school and college. And
Shut up. Boy, what are the chats? These guys are the toughest. They're so tough and they're so brave. You know what's funny? You'll never hear a word, a fucking peep uttered by these guys about
Brazilian.
You ever think about that?
Yeah.
They're so tough and badass, and they'll risk it all, and they'll get the dirty work done, which is what? Killing Arabs in a country that's a million miles away that has that does nothing.
Really aren't looking for a fight. Probably, to be fair, with
All you really have to do is not let people that look like that on planes, and your country's secure, which is what Israel does, by the way. There's not really many hotline or headlines about Israeli terrorism in Israel. It's weird how that works. But these guys are so tough, they'll go waste all of our money that everybody who works a job pours their blood and their sweat and their time and their life into a fucking job that's being outsourced to another country anyway, so that they can be taxed on the one hand and have their whatever wealth they manage to preserve taken away via inflation, so that the slave tax cattle that are the populace of this country are being bled dry by parasites. And these guys are so tough and so badass that they'll go shoot somebody in a house with a dirt floor. They'll go shoot somebody with a 1950s, 1960s Soviet rifle who lives within a dirt floor in a cave. And that's the greatest threat to your freedom and your safety. The greatest threat to your freedom and your safety is a guy who can't read. He eats 1 grain per day. He's got hair on his cheeks and his forehead. He's such a diabolical threat. The guy with hair on his cheeks and his forehead who cannot read is such a threat to this country's security that we have to take almost all of the fruits of your labor. Every second that you're working, we have to drain your life essence away to pay for missiles, to pay for a rocket that costs $1.25 million per rocket. This rocket's so high-tech that it costs the equivalent, it's 10 college educations.
It's a school.
It's 10, it's one, this rocket, it's 1 school's worth of rocket. And we're gonna use it to blow up this house. There's no other way. There's no other way to take out the guy who eats 1 piece of dirt per day, who's the biggest threat to this nation. This nation's so powerful. This nation is so powerful that a guy who eats 1 piece of dirt per day could take it, bring it down like a deck of cards if we don't spend all your money. All your money. $1 trillion.
And then when they come back, you're gonna realize that the guys carrying it out were these bench warming.
The guys carrying it out are the most badass. They're so powerful that if you put me and this guy in a room and I said, so what do you think about the
Brazilian?
His would pop out of his panties. Go pull up the guy. Show the guy. Just put, what's the guy's name? John?
Aggressive Andy.
Ryan, what is the
aggressive baseball?
I got all the answers, brother.
Delta Force operator?
I'm Delta Force.
Doesn't even say his name. All right, Sean Ryan, Delta Force
I'm
operator.
Delta Force. We're the guys you don't want to see. You'll see us in your nightmares.
See us in your gay bar.
So these guys argued, and I just took the time to just focus and kill as many human beings as I could.
Pause it here.
Dude,
Okay.
I like.
Is he wearing lip balm? He has so much backbone and he's so strong. I promise you, I guarantee you, if I ever see him, this will happen. On camera, I'll say, so what do you think about influence and power in academia, media, and finance? What do you think about that? He would go like this.
That doesn't seem that tough. That doesn't seem tough.
He's got to retreat to his strong point.
He's gonna go to EBC.
Where's the strong point? The women's bathroom?
Wait, there's a guy that's eating 1 piece of
I want to
dirt.
talk to this guy. I want to say, what did you ever do that mattered? What'd you do that mattered? I trained to use a pistol. These f***ing gun guys, man. I train my pistol every day. First, I get in the operator position. I present to the target, and now I'm in my workspace.
These guys argued, and I just took the time.
Oh, what is there to say about Antarctica? Probably get there through freaking New York tunnels. What is there to say about Antarctica? Except that every government which finds excuses to kill other people and its own, they all work together only in Antarctica, right? Is that where they do all their planning and all of their strategizing? Wasn't that a thing a bunch of years ago? That they, like, Obama's going to Antarctica, they're doing Agenda 2030 or something. You know what I mean? Does that ring a bell to anybody? Because it's all a euphemism or BS. They're all on the same side in Antarctica, but everywhere else, they're not. That's right, yes, because of the treaty. Because of the treaty everyone signed. And it must not be violated. It would destroy everything. They all get together. They all work together. Right, fine, perfect. Yeah, yes, Antarctica. Why don't they get together like that anywhere else? Everywhere else, it's wars, blowing each other up, blah, blah, this and that. Economics, this and that. Any type of warfare you want to mention. No! They'll lose face on the global stage. It recently completed its 5th base for scientific purposes, this time in quotes, as it strengthens its presence. It has been accused of teaming up with Russia to end up governance. Let's see it. No, it's top secret! What did Admiral Byrd see, you ask? What does Admiral Goat see? I'm gonna show you what everybody sees. I'm gonna give you a secret taste. No, it's not a jump scare. I just want to show you. I want to be practical about it. I want to show it to you. I'll be Admiral Byrd. You want to know my opinion on what he said? Dude, he's in the military. He's an admiral. They follow orders and they follow a script, and that's it. They don't deviate. Why would you deviate? You're in the military your whole life. All of a sudden, nah, the hell with all this stuff. All the stuff I went through and everything. Nah, I'm gonna spill the beans on it. Dude, you really think that happens? The guy was an admiral. Let him write that stuff. Let him go on talk shows. He's too famous or something. You can't mess with him. Did he get thrown out of the window in the mental asylum, or was that Forrester? Maybe the first head of the Navy or something? What was it? Forrestal? He got thrown out of a mental asylum window on the top floor. Remember that? Oh, no. Military stuff is crazy. You guys, I'm sure you guys know this stuff. Remember the guy with the eyebrows? Dude, military is not what you think it is. It's crazy. Military is psychic.
Was McAfee smart?
McAfee's a crackpot.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He seemed a bit twisted.
He's a crackpot. He's a liar. Sorry to tell you guys. I know he's like a folk hero.
Yeah.
But he got a tattoo that said schwacked, which was his term for when like the government kills you.
Mm-hmm.
And he claimed that he had like 96 terabytes dead man's trigger of incriminating info. He killed himself for sure.
Yeah.
Why? But there was a fire in his server room, right, when he did it, right?
The Miami apartment building. That's a very.
You could say that about anything.
No, but I think he was McAfee wanted clout and attention, and I think that's his ultimate like clout-seeking maneuver is to kill himself and make people think that the government thought he was important enough to kill.
The comfort with the sexual deviance.
Maybe he was.
That was the part that threw me off.
Fights and
where he was like, and he's like this. Yeah.
How do I install? Well, we already watched that.
We don't need to get it. We don't need to get into McAfee. I think
that was strange. That was a little like throwing you like this guy's the god. He's like this. Yeah.
He's the god of creating antivirus software that has pop-up ads on like all the time.
And I think the people that you're talking about, those are guys. You know who it is? Guys named Rick.
Guys named Rick are good.
Ricks are those are like engine smiths.
Yeah. A guy that was tight with McAfee and talked to me got busted for child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think if you're McAfee, do you know if your crew has child?
Yes.
You probably know.
Yeah.
I just don't think I don't care. I don't care about John. He's never said anything where I was like, oh, I know he's like a folk hero and he's like a renegade and he is like an anti-government, anti-authority figure, but I just don't care.
That's fair.
I'm neutral on it. I just don't need
his
to
dead man twitch didn't work, so it was all for nothing. It's like he never even existed.
Yeah. Crackpot the whole time. You die. It's very silly.
Red Shoes, Route 66.
Yeah.
I've had so many, so many people wasted my time, like during Pizzagate.
Yeah.
Like, I've got info.
That's so rough. Those rough times. Those were rough.
Come on, man.
That's the worst.
What's the info? Well, the psychic vampires.
Yeah. I'm sure you get this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I can tell you something. I can tell you about something that I have to meet you in person.
The Boule.
You remember we hung out with that kid?
Yeah.
We're not gonna say his name, but you know the type. That's the type. Bad happens, and people should have an anti-authority bent to them, and you should be a cyberpunk. But if you're chasing clout and like pretending you're manufacturing conspiracies, you're an enemy. If you're adding to the noise and not to the
if you muddy the waters, then you're a mudman.
If you muddy the waters, you are a bad guy. You need to stop.
You
that.
might as well work for the government, even if you don't know it.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I get it.
Right. You're not gonna like offer a solution.
Nope, there's never solutions. It's only wickedness and problems. That's what you tune that off.
It's just noise.
Demoralization.
Noise versus signal.
Antarctica's a good thing because you hit a solid wall. Of course, it can be explained away that the entire world is completely locked down, prison occupied. Like that alone is proof. They rub it out of people's consciousness. They don't want you caring about Antarctica. They want you caring about space. What about Antarctica? No. What about space? Yeah, we'll see. Surely it can't be more difficult to go to Antarctica than it is to space. There is no mystery of the world that you must find and realize everything. There is only the hiding of that which proves an alternate history and alternate roots.
We gotta watch this. These like old like
These professors, they should be
awesome.
Two of those would be a telegram, right? Nobody knows what a telegram is anymore because we don't use them.
Someone just get head or puke?
Who just did that? Who just did that?
me.
No, I want to know. Stand up.
I want to know.
It's me that did it, Professor.
We'll stay here until either that person admits who it is or the person sitting around them tells me who it is. Who was it?
Is that what you learn at Columbia, how to snitch? Yeah. No one's snitching. Spit in this guy's
It's like
face.
90 black guys are all like this.
Nobody knows?
Good.
Fire up the gas chambers.
It was back here. I've been hearing it in this room like regularly.
We didn't hear it, Professor. Are you okay? He gets pantsed on the way back up to the podium.
They trip him and they hit him over the head with a bottle on the way down.
Way to project alpha leadership energy.
Yeah. For 60,000.
My bad side is as bad as my pleasant side is pleasant. All right? Don't push me this way. I like to keep things informal in here as much as possible, but understand where the difference between informal and impolite is.
Full health.
And I won't tolerate impolite. If I hear one more of these overly loud yawns, get up and walk the hell out. Yawn outside.
I'm not even
Stay out of class. Whatever it is you need to do to get over it. I want to know why 220 other people in this room don't find the need to do that.
I'm coming down here to fight you, Professor.
And you should be asking yourself, why am I
Wheelchair down the stairs.
other people know better?
Wheelchair. He's got his hands
You
up.
want to go?
He's throwing right hooks from a wheelchair.
All right.
Don't push me. I'll kill somebody.
Ruin the tone for the rest of the class.
We're talking about
By the
telegrams.
way, if somebody wants to anonymously tell me who it is, please do. All right?
Man.
If I had to sit through this, I'd be crying right now. And I'd be so embarrassed seeing this guy do. I'd be literally crying.
So funny. Teachers really are the losers of humanity.
Yeah.
They're fucking
Forced to teach the curriculum.
They are not. I don't. Using the word, it's not the right. It's not right to use that. You have to like listen to the word and understand what it means. They're losers.
Yeah.
Primarily responsible for the execution of the corruption of the youth in re-education camps. It's a heavy charge that I don't think they'll deny.
And it's not. You can't even say. It's not like when you say, "Oh, that guy's a loser," like a gas station guy or something. You have to think about what the word loser. Yeah, loser. What does that word mean? It's right there on the screen.
96% surfactant. Like,
that's a fucking loser.
Yeah,
I'd be fine.
Those guys like living to do that. Like yelling at kids. Like, this weekend I went to the pool. There was these kids doing flips in a pool, and this Karen yelled at these kids. And the kid was like, these kids are doing flips next to her kids. These like 14-year-old snowboarder kids at a hotel in an indoor pool. They were jumping in one of the kids jumped really close to a kid. The mom kind of like flipped out. I was with the dad and the mom's out of the pool. The mom walks up to him, kind of Karens at these kids. She's like, hey, don't flip next to my kids. You're not supposed to be flipping, blah, blah, blah. And the kid's like, yeah, fuck you. And then does a belly flop. And I was like, yo, I didn't really see that. He literally just does a belly flop right in front of her. And then he's like, the dad's like, did you just hear what he said to my wife? And I was like, what? He's like, he said, fuck you to my wife. And I was like, what? So I walk up to the kid. I'm like, yo, guys, what are you, fucking crazy? And I was like, don't flip out. These are 14-year-old kids. Yeah. Like, don't be a fucking. But I'm like, yo, did you say fuck you to that guy's wife? I was like, guys, you can't do that. I was like, you can't be doing that kind of shit. What are you, fucking crazy? I was like, let's not be fucking weird about this shit. But, yo, you guys got to chill. I was like, chill. But, like, there was a second in me where I was like, I was going to be total teacher. I was like, well, that's kind of funny. Like you think about being a punk 14-year-old kid, you're like, we've all been there. Like, and she did kind of like Karen out on him. But the fact that the husband didn't drown these kids, like if someone said like "fuck you" to your wife, you drown. You know what I mean? What you would do is you would take their shit and throw it in the pool. That's the only like funny thing. Like you take their sneakers and their pants and you would throw it in the pool. It's the only funny thing to do to 14-year-olds where you're not doing something illegal.
Throwing diarrhea all over their clothes and phones.
Like,
oh yeah, is this your phone? Mud and diarrhea, coffee grounds. Ah, yeah.
Like, you can't be a dick, but like a teacher would he would end that person. You know what I'm saying? He would go to the end of the earth.
Yeah. Get the manager there, call the police.
Yeah, he'd call the the state police. He'd say they were terrorists.
Cops are coming now. How do you like that?
Oh, state police are involved. So, hope you kiss your college education goodbye.
This is it right here.
2 minutes here.
He's getting his ass kicked right now. Hey,
Thanks,
Mike
Gary.
went down. Gets his ass
I have a
kicked.
message for one person in this audience. I'm sorry the rest of you have to sit through this. As you know, my computer was stolen in my last
What's
lecture.
that, the Napster logo?
The thief clearly wanted to betray everyone's trust was after the exam. The thief was smart not to plug the computer into the campus network. But the thief was not smart enough to do 3 things. He was not smart enough to immediately remove Windows. I installed the same version of Windows on another computer within 15 minutes. The people in Redmond, Washington were very interested to know why it was that the same version of Windows is being signaled to them from 2 different computers. The thief also did not inactivate either the wireless card or the transponder that's in that computer.
Yo, bro, I didn't steal your
Within about
laptop,
an hour,
bro.
there was a signal from
You
various
left it in the
places
bathroom.
on campus that's allowed us to track exactly where that computer went at every time that it was turned on. I'm not particularly concerned about the computer, but the thief who thought he was only stealing an exam is presently, we think, probably still in possession of 3 different kinds of data, any one of which can send this man, this young boy, actually, to federal prison.
What's he got on his
Not
laptop?
a good place for a young boy to be. You are in possession of data from a $100 million trial sponsored by the NIH, for which I'm a consultant. This involves some of the largest companies on the planet. The NIH investigates these things through the FBI. They have been identified, they've been notified about this problem. You are in possession of trade secrets from a Fortune 1000 biotech company, the largest one in the country,
Fortune
which I consult
1000?
for. The Federal Trade Communication is very interested in this. Federal marshals are the people who handle that.
Tommy Lee Jones, in
You
other
are in
words.
possession of proprietary data from a pre-public company planning an IPO. The securities
This guy's giving his resume.
This guy, yeah.
He's a badass.
Does he have a teleprompter?
Enforcement they use. Your academic career is about to come to an end. You are facing very serious charges with a probability of very serious time. At this point, there's very little that anybody can do for you. The one thing that you can do for yourself is to somehow prove that the integrity of the data which you possess has not been corrupted or copied. Ironically, I am the only person on the planet that can come to your aid because I am the only person that can tell whether the data...
This guy gonna get whacked for this, having a confidential laptop stolen under his nose in a classroom? It's this guy's fucking problem.
If you copied anything, you can prove that you have only one copy of whatever was made. I am tied up all this afternoon. I am out of town all of next week.
Wow, he's busy.
Is he going to a bathhouse convention?
To return the computer and whatever copies you've made to my office because I'm the only hope you've got of staying out of deeper trouble than you or any student that I've ever known has ever been in. I apologize to the rest of you to have to bring up this tasteful matter, but I will point out that we have a partial image of this person. We have 2 eyewitnesses. With the transponder data, we're going to get this person. Thank you.
I'm honestly looking at some time because this got stolen under my supervision, so.
Yeah, if you guys can help me out, man, I'm kind of fucked.
Jeez.
Can you ask ChatGPT if they ever caught the guy?
Yeah, seriously. They never caught him.
I hope that guy got some time for that.
It was like Jay and Silent Bob. like no one ever caught that guy.
Let's do it in a new chat.
That's awesome.
Thank God.
Did they ever catch the kid?
Nope. I want to call Professor Ponage now. Can we call him? Yo, what's going on? This is
He's
the
in
FBI.
prison.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Probably Aaron Schwartz. Remember that? It's not even, it's too sickening to even think about.
Oh,
Jasper. It's fake? They're saying it's fake?
This sounds like bad
info.
Bad info.
They're just lying to us.
Anyways.
Must everything be fabricated?
You don't know.
Call Jasper Ryan.
Jasper Ryan.
Call him up.
Deep research.
Yo, you remember that professor?
Jasper Ryan.
What's up, Jasper? Is this you? From Ponage? Yeah, I got a couple questions for you.
This is from 2005. Go to Wikipedia. What's on Wikipedia? Is there a subsection for the laptop? Stolen laptop incident.
He made it up?
He attempted to scare the thief by claiming the FBI was looking into the matter, along with making up an elaborate bluff, which many people with tech knowledge saw through and called him out for. So he didn't get it back.
Oh, that's awesome.
He made a silly goose of himself by strong arming like he's part of the FBI.
But he was Howard Hughes Medical Institute professor in 2006, named Dog Genome Project, so he knows how dogs sniff their own asses, I guess.
He fucks dogs?
He's a dog fucker.
He's holing out a red rocket.
The laptop thief was not scared by Berkeley prof's made-up threats.
He's just playing Unreal Engine on it.
So he's still got no laptop, but at least he's left with the satisfaction of having gotten international press coverage.
Right, for being a big fucking bluffy dork.
Did he ever end up getting another laptop?
I think we gotta call him.
He's gonna need an attaché case if he's gonna have his laptop stolen all the time like a big
It's like
duffer.
a nuclear brick. You got to carry it with the handcuff briefcase.
Football. It fucking sucks.
We gotta call him. He probably gets one a year.
Can you imagine getting your laptop stolen?
I would not. I mean,
Do you have a laptop?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
You can't have a laptop though. They'll get stolen.
Well, Jasper Ryan hates laptops now. Every time he sees one, he starts to get teary-eyed.
You for real?
I would not use a laptop.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
I mean, you have to have a laptop. You're my laptop guy.
I have a laptop.
When I have a laptop, we communicate.
We call you Laptop Lynch.
All I got on my laptop is FL Studio Beats.
I
So
have
it's
to
so much
piss
of a liability?
so bad it feels like there's a super soaker inside me being pumped up actively.
A 50? The classic?
A 250.
Yeah, the double tank?
Yeah, the double tank backpack. It's the pump on it's like the size of a fucking like dumbbell.
Those are the days, man.
You've got a power washer built into your back now.
You're taking the skin off?
Yeah, you're pissed.
Oh,
Let's piss.
we should call Jasper Ryan. I gotta find this guy.
Jasper Ryan?
We have to prank call.
When's this running on? 1:30?
Yep. Jasper Ryan. He's.
Make sure my
I got his phone number.
You got it?
It's 213 something something 801.
What's he, from Koreatown? He's in Koreatown right now?
203. What's that area code?
Find it. I'll get him.
That's Southwestern Connecticut. It's Stanford. You ever get that laptop?
Yeah. Yo, it's me. Got your fucking laptop over here. Why was you looking all that child porn? Why was you looking at child porn, Jasper Ryan? Jasper Ryan, why do you like to watch children have sex with each other, you freak?
Yo, all that shit you made up wasn't even accurate.
Accurate. Yeah, now it looks like you going to federal prison, motherfucker. I was waiting.
Shouldn't that be illegal?
Yeah, impersonating like threatening federal police. Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah, he must have rehearsed that. It's funny that they said that the kid wasn't intimidated.
Yeah, that is.
Because I mean, it was pretty. It was like for a person that doesn't know about like computers or whatever could easily be intimidated by that. Must have been a smart kid.
He was. Now he had big balls.
Yeah.
It's like I don't give a fuck. I like that. I like punks, unremorseful punks. I was friends with my buddy Derek DeSimone was an unremorseful punk kid. He would like get caught by like teachers. I remember one time he was in the parking lot sitting on like the hood of a car, and a teacher told him like get off the car, and he was like fuck you.
Oh damn.
He was like one of the biggest like punks, and he was unremorseful about it. He would get caught, he would go worse, and I never met anybody like that.
I remember there was at least one kid in my grade that was like that, and he would just double down.
Yeah.
Double down.
You ever have a kid in school that would get caught doing something bad and double down on punking?
Punking?
Yeah, like Derek DeSimone was like a bad kid. Like he'd get caught by like the teacher doing something, and he'd be like, "Don't fucking touch me, you're a..."
Nice.
Like, you know what I mean? Like Chris and Andrew Johnson used to do that too. Like they came to I was in 5th grade, they were in 6th grade, and they rode their bikes to like come get me at school after, to like we were gonna go ride bikes after, and the principal was like, "You have to move your bikes, the crosswalk's here." And he's like, "I don't go to this school anymore. Fuck you, not Andrew, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Yeah.
Yep.
And he's like, "Don't touch my bike, you fucking..."
Damn.
And he was like, "Move your bike," and he was like grabbing the seat of the bike. He's like, "What'd you just touch my ass, you fucking..."
Jones seemed like he was pretty he was rough.
Yeah,
Like there were problem kids, you know.
They didn't give a shit. And they would like double down. He's like, "Yeah, fuck you, asshole."
Damn.
6th grade. Like, what are you gonna do? Nothing. You're not the principal of me. I go to a different school. Suck my dick. Like really bad. I was like, this is so funny. They're picking me up from the center. It's always kind of just fuck you to a principal. I've seen that happen twice.
That's so nice. That's beautiful.
Derek DeSimone, same thing, comes picks me up at school. He gets thrown out of LaSalle, comes pick me up. He has a Ford Boxster convertible, 2 Bud Lights from our Andrew Johnson's house in the cup holders on a Porsche up here. Bud Lights in a cup holder right here like this. I asked my dad if I can skip school. He's like, "Yeah, I'll write you a note." I get in the car with him, like in the front of the car. There's 2 Bud Lights in the cup. It was 16, like this, upright. He sees the principal that threw him out. He's like, "Hey, Mr. Kavanaugh." Now I'm sitting shotgun in a 2-seater car. "Yo, Mr. Kavanaugh, fuck you." He's with like a committee of people talking about like a tree getting planted.
Damn.
And I was like, "Oh no." It was so funny.
Was he trying to get you thrown out
Yeah,
too?
literally. I was like, "You fucking psycho."
Shit.
What the fuck is that?
Damn.
It was funny as shit.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
So funny.
That's so awesome.
Wow, what a god.
That
Damn.
ballsy. I mean, yeah, I'd probably fucking. Oh man, that's so funny. Do you ever have a like Johnny Bad kid in school that was like kind of like, whoa?
Used to get into it sometimes.
We didn't have We didn't have any crazy bad ones in our school.
No.
No, I can't think of anything that was.
Woonsocket had some rough. There's some rough kids. There's a handful that I remember that were they had it rough.
Yeah.
They had it rough. Like, and they were like punks at that time as young kids. Like, I know they had a rough life.
Did
I was always sympathetic to them.
Were you friends with Chris George?
Pheromone.
Do you remember Chris George? He was like Sam size in 6th grade.
Can you type in Ross Gambino mugshot?
He picked up someone by their neck and threw them in the air. He was literally like Sam size, and he picked up like a 6th grader, threw him right in the air, and then punched the clock.
Oh.
And I thought that was like the. Whoa.
he's punching out for the day.
Oh man, this guy was bad.
Yeah,
A bad guy. Ross Gambino. They called him Uno because he didn't wear a cup playing lacrosse, and I think he like lost a ball.
Yep.
I don't know if that was a rumor or not, but all the like jocks called him. You know, it wasn't like a secret nickname or something.
Cool nickname.
And he was. I'm sure he was like abused or something, but he was like a bad guy. But I remember one time there was this kid, Kevin Chan. It's a Chinese kid. You know when Chinese guys have like a very American voice?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Chan was like, he was laughing at something. He was like, ha 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 ha. And Ross Gambino goes, Kevin, you're not black. I was like, holy shit, that's funny.
Yo, Uno's got it.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
What's he in for?
He's got to be. Type in Randall Dobey. We had one black kid. This is a nice town, and there was one black kid, and the one black kid wrote raps about killing the principal, and became like Mega Man, D-O-B-E-Y, and then put another L after the Randall there. Randall Dobey. He's
Is that him?
No, go to obituary right there, 31 of the Bronx, New York. Oh my goodness, man.
Died?
He died, yeah. He might have been okay. He had an older brother who died very young when this kid was like 7 of an asthma attack. Oof. And it was like this horrible, that might be why his life was so cursed and awful, because you lose your older brother from asthma attack. That's not good. But he wrote funny raps about killing all the teachers and the principal.
Did people like them, or were they like?
No, he was
scary.
He like this was before guns and stuff. I think he might have brought a gun to school.
Yeah,
that type of thing. Before guns were around.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We had a kid selling snakes out of his locker. Mike Williams. He got now. Look up Mike Williams pet animal endangerment in Rhode Island.
Oh no!
This kid was 7 feet tall, big, like black basketball. Smithfield man sent that guy.
Sentenced for selling snakes?
Yeah, that guy right there. His locker was like 5 blockers down from me. He was selling snakes out of his locker, and he was retarded. So like when they caught him, he's like, "What? It's my locker. I can use it for whatever I want." It was like a pet shop.
Damn.
And my dad was like, "Are you friends with Mike Williams?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, he's a nice kid. Why?" He's like, "'Cause I gotta go get a fucking snake out from underneath his locker." Because my dad was like, buildings and grounds. He's like, the kids are like, got fucking snakes in his locker. He's like, tell him to bring him home. He's gonna get in trouble. They're really pissed about it.
He's looking out for him.
Yeah, he's like, get him out of here.
Holy moly!
I love stuff. I love like that crazy shit that like when people don't know that things are like illegal.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Like there's something funny about that.
We lost people to drunk driving. Did you lose drunk driving too?
Yeah, that was big.
Yep.
We got one kid, the two like guys that were like beautiful people. Like this one kid, very good friend of mine. He was like just a glorious, like very godly, like he's like a just innocent, good, the good one,
good boy,
good one,
the funny good boy.
Yeah.
How did he drink and drive?
No, he took LSD and jumped off a balcony.
Died?
Yeah.
In a house?
It was at he was in law school.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Whoa.
One kid from
and then another kid was walking on the side of the road and got hit by a drunk driver.
Oh,
yeesh.
That happened in my school. A pedestrian walking on the side of the road got hit.
Yeah, and he was he was a class above me, so it wasn't like a big loss for our grade, but he was like the blonde, like nice, helpful jock, like best athlete guy.
Yeah. We had Allie Dunpacker who died, who was the cool girl that hung out with all the guys that wasn't a tramp. She was like a cutie, and she died in some drunk nightmare kid she was in a car and the car rolled over, and then they were throwing beer cans and people were like, fucking girls were like writing. They covered it up because the kid was rich. So like no one ever got charged, and it was a big scandal. And yeah, girls. There's a town over from me, Smithfield. There is so much drunk driving that goes on in that town. I always like, oh, it's Smithfield. It's homecoming season in Smithfield. Time to take the BMW your dad bought you up to 140 miles an hour, and it's like kids in trees and shit. Like there was, I don't remember what the story was, but there was a car like 10 feet into a tree. Like it was like, how did you even get it that high?
Damn.
Like girls getting thrown out of convertibles and like landing like 300 feet away from the car. Fucking like crazy car accidents. Homecoming season, time to race.
Wow.
Get those fucking seatbelts off me.
Girls mid-air flipping and then landing.
I guess you're lucky if you survive.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, horrifying.
Well, they say that if you're, I don't know if it's true, but if you're
drunk, it's safer.
Well, they say
Yeah,
that
you stay loose. You stay mellow.
That's what they. No, I've heard that. I wasn't sure if it's true or
That's
not.
just an idiot.
Like no.
It's a chill thing to
Like,
say.
you know,
Have another brewski, bro.
Remember we watched the.
That's why if I'm crashing into a tree, I don't hit the brake and I don't tell anybody. I just crash in with sound wordlessly.
You do it without sound.
Without sound.
You
nothing.
found a way to make it quiet.
So it doesn't tense everybody up.
You're humming at
They
like a
can
nice resonance.
They stay asleep.
Like, I'm humming that gives everyone like the bell ringing and then they take a flashbang. Silently head on into a tree.
Holy shit.
Did you see the spaceship go to the Katy Perry spaceship?
I love it.
Isn't that so much fun?
Yeah, I love it.
Do you think they're just that cool? Is that what do you do if you're Bezos or Musk right now? Is that you just prove that space is fake by saying space is real?
Be a good move.
Is that like a good troll?
Well, that thing is so shaped that can't be
fake.
I can't believe the shape of that.
Yeah. Is it an owl feather too? The feather's an owl feather. Katie, get in the car!
There's all Baphomet patches and 33 this and ringing bells. It's all some sort of ritual.
Looks terrifying.
This is overcoming a wall of fear, a barrier. It's, I think it could be cathartic in so many ways for her.
The all-woman crew joined hands in prayer. Then it's time to climb into the capsule.
Go for lunch?
Yeah, baby, go for lunch.
This thing's got a dickhead.
At 9:30 a.m., the rocket soared into space.
Passing through 80,000 feet, 1,300 miles per hour.
They're at 1,300 miles per hour.
Watching her best friend.
You remember Matthew Shepard? Remember how
it turned out?
You remember how hard they pushed that in school?
It turned into tears from girls.
That was like a year of psychological abuse. Was Matthew Shepard? If you guys might be too young to know this, but this is the original. This is the very beginning of the LGBTQ stuff in schools.
Yes.
In middle school, everybody.
Event. Thanks for all you do for the country and everybody. I sure appreciate you.
Yes, sir. What is on your mind?
So I've got a concern about the Trump-Elon gap now, and I'm just wondering what you see as happening in terms of the Doge continuing to go after spending cuts, getting that under control.
So, yes, I don't know how effective Doge is going to be now that Elon is gone. And that remains to be seen. I hope that the Doge mindset stays because it's so important. Look, Elon, according to Elon's tweet, that means on Saturday he will launch the America Party. We'll see if that's actually true. Look, we're on the same page with Elon on fighting to save Western civilization. My advice to Elon is don't start a new party. Help take over the Republican Party. Help finance Senate candidates to defeat Democrats to help balance the budget.
Well, I mean, that would make sense, but the problem is that it's an ego thing with Elon. He doesn't have control over the Republican Party, and he never will have control over the Republican Party. He will not be the big dog. He never will be. It will always be Trump. As long as Donald Trump is living and breathing, he will be the most important and influential figure in the Republican Party, and it's not even close. And so that's one of the problems that Elon is dealing with.
The point is that we need more fighters in D.C. Don't start a new party. Work within the Republican Party. For example, there's a ton of Senate primaries. Here's a great example. Elon, get involved in the North Carolina open Senate seat in that primary. Find a strong fiscal...
He kind of already got involved a little bit. And see, again, this is where I think that I don't want to disrespect Elon to the level of it just being ridiculous, because he's the richest man in the world. He's a fucking genius, and he is creating things that nobody else can create. But when it comes to the political world, and I'm putting specific parameters on this, when we're talking about politics, all right, just politics. When it comes to politics, Elon Musk is, I said this a few weeks ago, Elon Musk is Bill Belichick without Tom Brady. Trump was Tom Brady, Elon Musk was Belichick. Everyone thinks that Belichick was the greatest coach of all time. Guess what? As soon as Tom Brady left, it all fell apart. Belichick was amazing when he had Tom Brady as his quarterback. And Elon is an amazing asset with Tom Brady. Tom Brady being Donald Trump as his quarterback. But if you don't have Trump, you're nothing. You're irrelevant. You have a ton of money, but you don't have a ton of influence. We saw that with DeSantis. We saw that with Wisconsin. He doesn't have any juice by himself. With Trump, it's the perfect combination of individuals to team up. It's a perfect scenario. But Trump is the person that's the dominant force in that situation. But when you bring Elon into it, it just elevates everything else because of the combo of Trump and Elon. Without Elon, Trump is still Trump in the political world. But without Trump, Elon is not very relevant in the political world. That's the truth.
Conservative. Find someone that fits your values. We are on the same team to save Western civilization. It would be a mistake for you just to go and start a political party. It'd be a gift to what you call is the greatest threat to civilization, the woke mind virus. Starting the America Party would have an unintended consequence of having a lot of damage in our country. But I still think that Elon deserves enormous credit. I know people attack me all the time. Charlie, why do you compliment Elon so much? Because I tell the truth on this program. Because I don't get emotional. I get emotional sometimes.
And the truth is that Elon's being a backstabbing bitch, though. Like, that's the truth. He's legitimately backstabbing Trump right now.
Temperance.
How do you go from sitting on the Joe Rogan podcast to telling Joe Rogan that if Donald Trump does not win, this could be the last election in the history of our country if Donald Trump doesn't win? And now 6 months into Trump's, campaign or his presidency, you've already jumped ship. He's been here 6 months. He's cleaning up all of this shit around the world, and Elon's ready to jump ship in 6 months after claiming that the United States system is going to end forever if Trump doesn't win? It's fucking crazy, dude. So anybody that's taking this shit seriously, like, if you're in it for the memes, I hear you. But if you think that Elon Musk is actually knowledgeable about how the American political system works, you are fucking retarded, because he doesn't know shit.
But I keep it in check better than most. Elon helped us win last year. Period. He helped by Twitter. He donated to Turning Point Action. We chased ballots together. I'm not going to forget that. Sorry. I don't consider him an enemy.
Hang on.
Oh, this was funny. I saw this. Is this whole thing fake, by the way?
What, this right here?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Please read.
Calculator.
Was that someone here?
Holy.
She gives you a kick. And you can see
They should get in a car and drive away.
Oh, man. Looking good.
1, 2.
He ain't getting up.
3,
He's dead.
4,
Whoa, look at the arms. That's awesome.
So this is the knee kick.
This is fake, right?
Fantastic.
I mean, what's fake? What's the fake part?
Like, it's all CG?
Whoa. No, it's not CG.
This is the near miss, and this is
Are you talking to this guy?
a very quick
I don't know what
movement,
this-
and we can play that
again later, and
This is gonna be huge.
so
Mark my words.
counteracting force is something that you have to manage.
This is awesome.
Wow.
They should have two women fight this thing. It fucking kicks the shit out of them.
How do you win?
How do you win?
Yeah. The thing can't get up, but it can't not get up. It's always gonna get up.
You gotta beat its ass.
Yeah.
It's like battle bots.
Yeah.
It was like drunk shadow boxing right there on the just a second ago. Why does that have headgear too?
Yeah, I was just thinking. I'm glad they have headgear on to protect their
They should wear
CPUs.
Maybe there's a human brain inside the thing.
They have condoms fall out of their pocket.
I mean, they're doing that now. They're using human brains.
Oh, really?
That's not a good sign.
It's not
That's
good.
not a good sign.
These